Global warming's so fucked.
Yeah.
I'm really worried that chicks aren't going to want to get their tits out anymore on the beach.
Hey.
I think they're going to be afraid of breast cancer. In fact, I made a graph about it.
Yeah, Dom, show them your graph. Dom
Totes.
really well articulates intellectually the concern about girls not getting their babs out.
On the x-axis here, the amount of UV rays that are happening at Bondi, and on the y-axis, the amount of tits out that is suffering as a result of the increased UV. As you can see, the results are quite devastating. I fear that there's going to be hardly any tits out soon. And the only people who are going to pay the price for the UV are the boys of Bondi. Well, on the other hand, there's hardly any rangers left in Bondi anymore.
Yeah, David Attenborough is actually doing a documentary about the migration of rangers from coastal areas inland, and his deduction was that ginger people like going to areas where they have to take their shirts off less so they don't get so severely burned. And also they'd like to tend to their potato farms and other root vegetable farms because I think they're just predominantly into starchy carbs.
Because of the increased UV in the ozone, there's hardly any on the coastal areas, like right on the beach at all, which is great, you know.
And if you look at the Bureau of Statistics, less people are getting punched in the face. Given the fact that redheads have left more popular areas, I think there's less social antagonism towards redheads.
Then there's this whole other problem entirely, which is undercover redheads. I mean, a lot of people around here that might have been redheads dye their hair black, brown, or blonde. Used to be able to work out, say you hook up with a brown-haired chick and you go downstairs with her, she's got red pubes. Okay, she's a ranger, leave that shit alone. But now that they're getting rid of all the hair downstairs because of an increase in Brazilians, you can go down there, start hanging out. What if you get her pregnant, you know? Normally with a ranger, you double wrap that shit to make sure you're not gonna have children.
True.
But now, you know, leaves a whole sort of another social problem entirely.
So true. And look, I think there's been a historical problem with redheads as well, depicted quite accurately in Lord of the Rings, in the treatment of Boromir and Faramir. So Boromir lost his life and the father was devoed, and he was a blondie. And then Faramir, the redhead, was like, well, fuck that. Go into battle. And you're not my favourite, so you can die. And then he tried to burn him alive.
Adrian, you have a ranger beard, so how can you hate rangers?
Well, maybe that's why I hate them so much. Because I see in them what I see in my beard. And I guess it's much like Voldemort. He was a half-blood. He fucking hated muggles. Voldemort's dad was a mudblood who he ended up killing.
Fuck
and
yeah, that's true.
Adolf Hitler, he was part Jew, yet he was really antagonistic towards the Jews.
He hated them.
He really disliked the Jews.
On the other hand, maybe it's just that you're a ranger and that your mum was a redhead and so you're born with a red beard.
Just drop it, Dom, okay?
Maybe that's why.
No,
okay.
just drop it, Dom.
Don't get all sensitive, alright? Fuck.
Man, I don't have a red beard. I mean, it can go at any time. It goes through stages. When it's shorter, it's darker. It's just a fact, and I've let it go.
Ranger.
See, Dom, there's no need to push that. You're actually pressing my buttons intentionally.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't want to do that to a ranger.
Well, have I brought up the fact that your uncle has touched your dick?
Okay, what the fuck,
Oh,
man?
what the fuck? You mentioned the redhead, and I say, no, don't cut the fucking cum.